what's up, Skywalker here with Imagination Creation Films, and today it is January the 20th, 2023, and we're gearing up for a fun time. You get it? Yeah. Okay. It is Friday. It is 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, which means it's time for my live stream because I care. I care a lot. Now, I won't have a live stream next Friday. We've graduated. We're back into the frozen beverages. Won't have a live stream next Friday. Got a gig, so I always take money. I like money. I have a little. I like a little more, and that's where jobs come in. But what was I going? Drooling myself? Man, that job must be really tasty. I was drooling. How is everyone doing out there in the wonderful world of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter? How are you? Well, for the one person on Twitter, hi. Oh, okay. And also last week was an amazing live stream. Thank you, Shane Hurlbut, for joining. That was truly a inspirational knowledge blast live stream where I literally, as it was said to me, that's the quietest I've ever heard you. I literally said almost nothing. It was all Shane. It was the Shane Show. And we have Puppy Cam. Woohoo! Puppy Cam's back. Back, baby. And so who we got out here? Well, let's see what we got going on up here. Yeah, Greg, see the Greg, on YouTube it shows a snare drum, but on StreamYard it shows this little alien dude. That's funny. How are you, Greg? Hope you're doing well out there in the European areas. Probably because the first drums our ancestors made had used stretched out alien. Wouldn't that be creepy if like aliens used like humans? Never mind. And Reach says, here I was thinking I was late. Nope, you are right on time. But in the world of Balcom, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. That's how I operate. It's how I operate my sets. It's how I operate when I operate people, stuff, and things. You are Pizza got there early, and it's just us chilling, wondering what the main topic of today's live is going to be about. Well, the main topic is going to be multi. Well, we can attack things from different areas. Well, one of them we'll be talking about is modifying existing products to make them better. Another one would be, I would love to talk more about Shane's live stream because it was so incredible. Another, as Reach mentioned down here, about the viral rant. That's that the guy went that's full on false info. We can absolutely go into that because it's pretty sad. Clearly that guy, he doesn't know cameras. He's a software programmer. Good for him. He's obviously intelligent, but he doesn't know cameras. And he has this rant YouTube where he just goes and rants about things, which is a negative person. And that brings us to the next topic. It's the power of negativity. That's right. The power of negativity is our next upcoming course. It's a paid-for course. It'll cost you $4,000 a month for 12 months, prepaid in advance. And I'll teach you how to wake up. I don't know if I'm broadcasting. Paused. This joke is a lot better if I'm actually live. I'm waiting for it to move here, which is good. But you know, this brief commercial, we'll have a brief commercial while we wait. Am I even streaming? What's the deal? Why is it so slow? Is it stuttering? It does. There we go. Okay, so the power of negativity. That's right. For only $48,000, I will teach you how to wake up every day and hate life. You get out of bed, you hate the bed. You get up, you hate your feet. You hate your shoes, you hate your socks, you hate your slippers, you hate your pajamas. I'm not wearing pajamas, but that's right. And then you go in, you find out you don't have coffee. and you need coffee, but you hate coffee because coffee makes you into an active person. That is the beginning of the power of negativity. I don't want to give away too much, but that is what I see when I see a lot of people. I don't know this person. I did watch a couple of his videos to see who he was, basically. Sounds like he's watched a few videos out there of some people that we all know who also are bitter and negative and just want to crap on people. I can say crap. I can say that. It's been 8 seconds. YouTube doesn't allow you to cuss in the first 8 seconds, even though crap is not technically a cuss. You know, you kind of have to do it. But yeah, we can definitely talk about that. We can talk about a lot of things. Greg thinks we were going to kick it off with time travel. We did. I am coming to you from actually 2034. And it's now 2034. Nikon, a subsidiary of Nokia now because Nikon went bankrupt, and Nokia bought them up to harvest their patents in a sense of irony. But yeah, I'm live streaming from outside of Nokia's offices in 2034. And by the way, in 2034, Red's still around. Their cameras, they're kind of amazing. I wish I could tell you what's coming next. I mean to tell you, if you thought Saturn was awesome. Oh, wait, did I say Saturn? Wow, you're not supposed to hear about that until 2029. Whew. Man, did I just blow that one. Yeah, we might kick it off with time travel. Agent Scotty B. Yeah. Greg says, viral rant. I got V'd against rant. I can't even say that word. I don't know what YouTube will do. False booster. I will laugh now because I said that. I'm going to get flagged at the bottom. Good evening, one and all. Good evening, Ollie. How are you? Good evening, I edit. How are you? It's always nice to make money. I agree. Justin Allen. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I was laughing. I'm in a great mood. I'm in a great mood. I wake up every day in a great mood. Literally, I get out of bed and I stumble like everybody else on the planet. But as soon as I can make it like 10 or 15 steps, I'm in a great mood. That's my typical day. That's how I operate. And that's the power of positivity. That course is free. I'll give you that one right now. Yeah, I don't know why I went on that rant. That was weird. Hey, everyone. Oh, yeah. No, I was just saying what made me laugh. Like 7 minutes before the live stream, a guy on Instagram tagged me, and he just got his V-RAPTOR Mini, which there's still actually a couple left. If you want them, go to revarscity.com. There's a link down below. It's an affiliate link. Appreciate it. Don't use a coupon code. You won't get the coupon discount. Please don't. But there's a couple left. And he tagged me and he says, Scott, we need a review. And so I immediately grabbed mine and did a little quick story and replied back, it's good. Which was kind of funny. Just made my day. That's fast service. That's fast service. Brian, what's up? Mr. Chickens. Almost Mr. Chickens, right? Yeah, we can talk about chickens if you want. What's up? Happy Friday. Hello, Frank. How are you in that dashing photo you always seem to have there where you're like, I'm Michael Knight. I work for the Law of Justice and Foundation or whatever, the foundation. You literally almost look like, what's his name? You have to say, what's his name? He's now a famous German singer. Yeah, go figure. When he's not eating Whoppers. Last week's live stream was awesome. It was. Shane was incredible. Noise! Scott interviewing Scott live. That's correct. It is Scott interviewing Scott. Well, Scott's interviewing Creepy, who might be negative. I don't know. He might be. I don't know if he is or isn't. Laffy, no coffee. The horror! I don't actually drink coffee. Coffee to me is very bitter. I will drink a mocha. I can do that with like a triple. I do like the triple shot venti Starbucks mocha with whip and I like a little caramel drizzle on top, I'll drink that. That's got enough sweetness that I can cancel out the bitter of coffee. I'm just not a fan of bitter. Probably why I don't like negative people. Boop. Brandon says, hey, Scott, hope things are going well. Cool to see the new cooking content. Hope things are going well for you. They are going well, and new cooking stuff is happening. Check out. Well, that's rude. I was going to show you some cool cooking stuff coming up, but no, because every time I connect now, it's like, oh, you're not going to mirror. We're going to do extensions with the iPad. But that's not what we're doing, because we are going to show, look at this. Look at that. That's top round. Yeah, top round made delicious. Yeah. You know what else? How about Reuben sandwiches with my own little take on sauce? Of course, it is Scott sauce, but it's now Scott sauce V1.1. It's even better. We've got quite a few things coming up on Raw Cuts, which I think I came up with a catchphrase the other day. I was sending a video to a friend as a joke, and I was like, here we are on Raw Cuts. Raw, yeah. So I think that might actually be the tagline. I don't know. What do y'all think? You think raw, yeah? I think that could be a good opening. Justin says, I just want to say thank you for your help earlier this week with my Kistler Crane questions. Anytime, Justin. I am more than happy to answer them. And thank you for the kind words. And I know you will enjoy. Did you order them yet? I hope you did. I know you're going to love it. And if you have any questions, just reach out. I always give free support. I don't work for Kistler, but I get free support. I mean, I do their tutorials, so I do get paid for tutorials, but I'm not an employee of Kistler in any way. I do me, and I like to share. And I am going to do, God, I keep forgetting to put that on. I'm going to do a live chaos complete tutorial of Kistler Chaos. Kistler Chaos, how you doing? You like Kistler? I do too. And we'll be doing that. That's going to be like a 2-hour live stream, and I won't do that on a Friday. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll just like, Friday, we're just doing Kistler today. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I suppose Nokia is not a Korean automaker. I support dad jokes. I do. I appreciate it. I do. Wow, I didn't know that Nikon went bankrupt. That is the Canon versus Nikon, but well, that's in 2034. This is a time travel thing, but they're good right now. Luca, how are you? Hello, Luca. I always like it when Luca says hi, Scott, because he's always like, hi. His thumbnail. Kimmel. How are you, Kimmel? Doing good. There is a delay on the image. Like the audio is delayed to the... Let's see. I'm going to clap once. I'm going to watch it. That's probably loud. I think that was it. Okay. Is that right? Is that a sync with audio? How's that? Is that any better? I mean, I can, if it's a problem, I'll drop it out and then drop it back in. You just let me know if it is out of sync. 'Cause I don't like out of sync. That's no good. Hey, Beyond, how are you? Oh, now it's normal on my end. Okay. That's how my catfish photo. I hate taking. Well, it's a handsome photo. I'll tell you that right now. A good leather jacket, Looks like you could drive some cool Corinthian leather. Chickens loading. That's basically a dessert. But I agree, it's good. Or is it desert? No. Dessert is 2 S's. Desert is 1. I forget the way to know that. What's the desert? Is Venti the large or just it's the largest one that they sell? Which is funny because I would always go in there and I'd go, I want a triple shot Venti, until one day a barista goes, you know, the Ventis come with 3. I'm like, I don't know coffee. It's a large, it's Saint Arbucks or Charbucks. Charbucks is so confusing. Well, it's because they want to be unique. They're like, we're a coffee house, but we're unlike any coffee house you've ever been to. You want a large? We don't know what that is. It's a Venti. You want a grande? That's a medium. Kind of like when the whole big pizza thing went and you used to get a large pizza, then they got rid of the larges and they called the medium the large. And you're like, well, it used to be that big. Okay, Justin says, City Shooter Smart Handle V-mount battery plate S2. I feel like City Shooter Hot Smart Handle V-mount battery plate S2 cable dual lens motor quick release shuttle dolly. Oh, you bought the shuttle dolly. Nice. So you heeded, I guess, the concerns of the Dana dolly. That's cool. You will not have any problems with the shuttle dolly at all. And all the shuttle dolly, the new ones come with the new wheels, which are very, very nice. Belt. How many feet of belt did you get? 100 millimeter low profile ball mount and slide motor mount. Very cool. You got dual lens motor. You've got it all. You got everything you need. Tight little package. Get you with that configuration. I would get like 2 footers, maybe 3 foot. Well, let's see. You won't need, for the lens motors, you won't. So you'll just need like a 2-footer Ethernet cable. Just grab you a couple because unfortunately Ethernet cables fail when you put a lot of voltage through them. So just having them on, they never fail when they work. And then the next time you go to plug them in, they stop working. And it's not a Kessler thing. It's just a cheap Chinese Ethernet cable is what it is. But grab you a variety of Ethernet cables, and that way you'll be all set up. But the cool thing about that whole shuttle dolly, everything sits on there. And there's so much more cool stuff coming. I can't talk about it, but you'll love it. It's good stuff. Could we have a top right Scott B from 2034? Hello. How are you? Wow, it looks like 2034 is out of sync. That's such a bad joke. Justin says, you and the 20% discount talked me into the shuttle dolly. Yeah, 20% discount is pretty good. Even though I had a Dana dolly, $1,497 discount. Yeah, that's hard to beat. And for those of you who don't know, there's a 20% discount. If you go to the Kessler, click on my affiliate down below, and then if you go down to the bottom, it says 20% discount. I'm not supposed to advertise it, but you click on it and you type in something, and then it's like, boop, you get 20% discount. That's hard to beat. It's one time though. You don't get it forever, and you can't sign up multiple times. They know. But 20% is seems fine here, says Jason. Thank you very much. How are you, Jason? How's all the fish? Were you smoking a lot? No, you weren't smoking a lot of fish. What were you doing with fish lately? Or maybe you're just mentioning that you'd smoked a lot of fish. I don't know. You got access to all that good fish up there, that's for sure. Delay was a few minutes ago. Got it. Okay, cool. You're good. The delay. I'm seeing I'm behind. That's the problem when I'm so behind on the questions that things aren't relevant anymore. I exchanged my Mac Studio M1 Ultra base for a new one today to a defective Ethernet port. Connected to server, but not the internet. Interesting. That would So that's weird. That's entirely software. It's not possible for that level of failure to be at a hardware level. But I mean, swapping it out is definitely a fast way to fix that, because if you can connect to anything, then Ethernet itself is working. Ethernet is a protocol that runs over the wires, and it's simple. It uses 4 wires, 2 pairs of each a positive and a negative. They twisted pair. That's why they can do that. And you make a gang sign. No, it's and then it's one. Oh my gosh, what is it? 1, 2, 5, and 6. I don't know, I forget which one it is. But yeah, Ethernet. If you are able to communicate, send any packets whatsoever, then it doesn't matter, because what we connect to the internet is with TCP/IP, and that is a protocol that runs on top of Ethernet, which is the carrier of the protocol. You can actually run different protocols on there. It's just that everybody runs TCP/IP. We used to run IPX, SPX on there. It's a token ring. You can run. Well, it's not technically Ethernet. It's token ring, but anyway, I'm glad they swapped it out and got you taken care of. But that definitely was a software issue. It's interesting. Into O2HE, dinitrogen dioxide helium. I don't know what that is. Dinitrogen helium. Is that the atmosphere? No, there's no helium in the atmosphere. I don't know what that is, but thanks for the assistance with the red info earlier this week. Oh, it's Mark. Ha! What's up, Mark? But what is into O2HE? Is that the mixture that you run in non-deep dive scuba diving? I'm trying to remember a little bit of the past there, Mark, but and I did get credit for the B&H. Thank you for using my link. I do appreciate that. 12 feet. I have 9-foot Dana Dolly rails kit. You're perfect. You're going to be in good shape for 12 feet. Kessler must do a motorized jib ASAP. I'm trying. Right now, if you want to do it, I have a way. They don't support it, but I have a way. It works. Works really well. You'll see it soon. Lucas says, Scott, when you had the Raptor for testing, did you try the RF 24 to 70? No, I had the 28 to 70 on it, the 2.0 lens, and it was fantastic. I did not have the 24 to 70 RF lens, so I don't have any information on how that works. Are you experiencing issues? Be interested to find out. Justice says, Greg says, I have the Edelkrone job. It's good, but gives me the angles, but it's also not as professional as we want to be. Yeah. I don't want to trash talk, but Edelkrone is fine for some things, but you can't push it. You can't reach the limits, and you can't do anything fast. I mean, literally every motion control, and I mean every motion control, will have certain situations where you're going to get oscillation or a inertia effect, blah, 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 including $250,000 robots. You must ramp. Inertia, it's a thing. It exists. It's real. And inertia will cause you problems. But Edelkrone? Inertia is Edelkrone's middle name. Edel Inertia Krone. Sounds like somebody from the 1920s. Edel Inertia Krone. She was a school teacher, but also fought in the Revolutionary War. I'm going to destroy this prop here. Just a moment while I obliterate it. Make sure it's torched well. Kimmel says there's a delay again. You should have a fourth shot that is a BTS behind the screen. Okay. It's not technically behind the screen, but I could zoom it out. I did do that, but the main reason I won't do that is because if you see this direction, you will get this piece of information here, this piece of information here, and this piece of information right here, which will allow you to join in. So I can't do that. Is it only happening on your end? Let's just say it's you. Just hit refresh on the top or swipe down and refresh it. Just see if it clears itself up. Because that might be it. Just now, that's why I'm asking for one from Kessler. Steve, hello, Steve. What was Shane talking about when he made music videos? He spent. Oh, yeah, that's simple. Let me clarify. It is actually very simple, but it's confusing at first. So here's how it works. You're going to shoot your music video in 23.98 or 24 frames a second. Let's just round it to 24. You play the music back at a time base of 24 frames a second. So I'm lip syncing to that. What he's talking about is you speed the music up 2 times. So now you're playing back the music at twice the speed. So if I was singing Mary Had a Little Lamb, like that. So I would be singing that fast. You're going to play the music back twice as fast. I'm going to perform twice as fast. You're going to roll your cameras at 2 times slow motion. So 48 frames a second. When you do that, you get this. If you go back and look at a lot of music videos, you'll see it. It looks like they're in slow motion moving like this, but their mouth is moving at the normal speed and they're singing back. Incidentally, you could also do the jittery effect. And the jittery effect would be to slow the music down 2 times. So now you'd be singing Mary Had, which is hilarious to see. Shoot your camera at 12 frames a second. When you play it back at 2 times, then the music will be normal speed and I'll be singing, but I'll be going, Mary had a little lamb. I'll be like that. It literally looked like I just shot up something. I don't know. But that's what that is. Does that make sense to you? If not, let me know and I will dig into it more. And we could do, I meant to do that on the Kessler roll and I never did. But we could do a whole, we could do an episode on that. That'd be good. Justin says, also, I told Jason multiple times you were the reason for the sale for whatever good that. Jason's a good dude. He's probably like, I know that guy. You know why he likes me? Yeah, Jason is a connoisseur now. Have I had the opportunity to use the Miki Cine Primes? There are 3 different ones, and I have not, but I've played with them, but I have not used them myself. I was going to have a set sent to me, but we ran out of time. Trying to remember the logistics of that. We ran out of time. It didn't work. I will do a review on that. If people really want, I can get a set of each of those spaced out, and I can do a review on those. I'm pretty sure I can. I smoke some fish and can get fresh most of the year. Yes. I envy you, sir. I envy you because delicious fresh fish, it's really good. The stuff we get here, not good. Here's some tilapia, sir. Thanks. Can I have a second old dry eraser, please, to eat? Yes, thank you. Ethernet port either works or it doesn't. This is correct. So, but it could be software tied to it. They couldn't have. They may not have been able to figure it out. It's totally fair. No worries. Yo, Tyler, what's up? I have no idea why I'm in that mood. It's probably the music I put to that Instagram reply. I was originally going to do Drop It Like It's Hot from, I really suck at stories, by the way, so don't judge me. I mean, I literally suck at them. I was like, Drop It Like It's Hot, probably not the best song for this. If a pig try to get at you. No. Let's see. Got a Jib 1 V2 with a head plus and a lens controller with the Pan Pro, the whole package for a price I couldn't refuse. But just goes to show the entire setup I mentioned is not worth more than mid 3 digits. Yeah. You could, Edelchrome's really good if you could slow down your work. If you're doing product shots and you can slow down and go in and just speed it up later, you can do well. We troubleshooted in the store. It was hardware. That is so wild. That is so wild. I have 28 years of experience in that industry. It would be exceptionally rare for a hardware issue to cause not internet connection. I am not saying you're wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's just exceptionally rare. That's where I was coming from. But in the end, you are a consumer. You have a product that you want to work, and whatever they have to do to make it work, that's the right thing. Which, good for Apple. I think the term is troubleshot. Yep. Do you have the red Raptor V-mount adapter? I don't. I don't own a V-RAPTOR, not yet. So I don't have the V-mount adapter. But yeah, the correct tense. A medium deep diving mixture. Ooh, you see how I mixed in a little bit of the past there, Mark? I remember. I remember. Man, it took me a minute. But I figured it out. Wait. I already clicked on that. There we go. We tested a dongle and it worked perfectly. OS reinstall did not resolve. Well, OS reinstall. So, I don't know. The way I would approach it is, and definitely doing a dongle would be a valid test to tell you if there was a software problem. But I would go in there and unlock it, go to the Ethernet port and click remove, and then, doesn't it have 2? Or does it just have 1? I think the studio has 2, doesn't it? Remove them both. Then restart. Come back in, click the plus sign, and you'll see them back in there. They may have done that and tried it, and I mean, like I say, in the end, it only matters that you got working. Soon, Frank, soon. I know they're busy, but they've also had a lot of rain in LA, which was slowing down a lot of things happening. Ollie says, so is DSMC2 officially discontinued? Yes, DSMC2 is officially discontinued now. So if you want to buy one, it's just back stock in stores. That's it. But they're still supported. I don't know how long that support is from the end of life, but they've cut it off, which means now the clock starts for the end of life of the supported app. That it's a good point. Where is it? I have a more serious one, and now I'm upset. Where is it? I must know. Y'all are looking at my behind, aren't you? Wow. That makes me sad. Oh, I see it. Oh, y'all see Puppy Cam down here. What's that, buddy? There's my boy. There's my buddy. Yeah, you good boy. I'm going to step over you. Don't move. He will. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yes, this is a serious lighter. But it pales in comparison to the Zippo. It's a real one. I love this thing. This thing is so awesome. And you know what? It's cheaper than an actual. It is a true to life. Takes about a gallon, but yeah, that is. Can't do any like tricks with it because it doesn't literally. I feel like half the time my live streams are just me pulling out props. Looking for reviews online. Couldn't find anything with Raptor. Wanted to know how the manual focus ring on the 28 to 70 is. Looks like the IRIX ring works fine. And so everything RF is not mechanical. So it's all virtual. So that focus ring will operate like any other focus ring on any other RF lens. There's no physical turning of it. You are turning a sensor which turns the motors. Brandon, hello. Just hopped on, but getting some weird sync issues. Anyone? What is going on with that? How can that be? I don't know what to do to undo the sync issue because somebody else said that. Canon said that. Same here. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Thanks, Ollie. Wow, that was a long talk, wasn't it? Wasn't that a long talk? Wow. Man, but I tell you what, that was the secret. And I don't think I could ever tell you all again. And that's it. Y'all have a good evening. That's it. I don't know where I was. Mary had a little land in the music video. Steve was going to do the next shoot. And then, Jason, you were talking about Winger, and I was saying, I don't believe it was Winger that was the first to do this, but they definitely did it. I know the Bengals did it. I know the Beastie Boys did it on pretty much everything they ever did. And I'm pretty sure it probably goes back even further. Yes. Beyond Nick, very, very true. It's very common to shoot tracking shots of cars at 22 to slightly speed up the action. Also, when you're shooting fight scenes, you shoot it at 22 frames a second is very common to make the fight scenes seem more believable. When you are doing intimate and romantic scenes, shoot it at 26 frames a second. And when you play it back, it's ever so slightly slower. You don't notice it, but it just feels... What it does is it takes out the clunkiness that's built into actors when they're trying to be in a role that's uncomfortable. By slowing it down ever so slightly, it smooths it all out and makes it better. Now I'm craving lamb. That's some good stuff. If you had to design a red EVF for DSMC3, which way? Something like area monitor with EVF or with assignable buttons? I don't know. To me, the place this over here, so I stop playing with it. Good thing I don't have the big Zippo. To me, the big thing with the DSMC2 EVF was how small you could make that package. And that's what she said. I wouldn't want to do that flip thing. I get it. I understand it. I'm not a fan of that because it's really big. If you think about how small V-RAPTOR is, and you put a flip top LCD EVF on there, yeah, I don't know. I smoked some salmon on my balcony. The neighbors called the fire department a few times over the weekend. Those are some good neighbors. Just for that, just put a pot of jasmine rice out on the porch for a little bit. Just let that cook up slow and make sure that the steam wafts around. Could have been a faulty Nick as opposed to Ethernet. Maybe, yeah, it's possible. And the important thing is that he did get taken care of. Thankfully, I had 4 whole fish smoking over the weekend, so their 6th and 7th call, I told them to come over, pick one up for their show. Oh, well, that was sweet of you. And thank you, Ollie. Still cracks me up. That is how distracted I get on live streams. I'm like, first thing we'll do is we'll mute it, and then we'll come back. And yeah. How's the sync now? Is it good? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's okay now, right? Brandon says, Tyler, okay, so I'm not crazy. Brandon, we have not established that. Just understand that the first step is admitting you have a problem. Yeah, but it seems to go in and out of... That's weird. It must be something with... I don't know. It's got to be something with the StreamYard? I don't know what else it would be. Or is it happening when I'm switching sources? Because I normally see it here when I have like upload issues. It will it'll pause here, and then when I see I'm like, and then it comes back. I don't know. Get it? Well, I mean, I have lit some props on various things, but I have one of those flamethrowers already. Not the Tesla one. I have a different one. I paid $37 for it. Nick, when you refer to this one, you need to capitalize all the letters, not just the first letter. It's not just a Zippo. It's a Zippo. It's larger than a human head. I don't know. My head's pretty huge. The human head weighs 8 pounds. It weighs a lot when you fill it. What's up, Kevin? How are you, buddy? Late to the live. So weird to say, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. We might have to deal with it. Johnny Pets, either that's a huge Zippo or Scott is very, very tiny. I don't think I'm that tiny. I mean, look, I'm just holding a normal Raptor. How fast that was. Yeah. Get me forever on that one. No sound. Yeah, audio just went out. Wait, this is from before, right? Okay. You forgot to unplug the time travel module? Yeah, that's true. No, okay, this is all from before. Okay. Hopefully, I see the mic is on. I see audio bouncing up here. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by while Ollie texts me, which is exactly what happened. Solve the sync problem. Yeah. Scott, read your name. Okay, y'all should hear it now, right? There we go. Okay, I see it down there. At least he's talking about the bed. And y'all missed my joke, too. My joke was like, I only know Winger from Beavis and Butthead. And y'all didn't hear it. That's sad. But if you go back, you can play it back. You could put your own voice in there. You'll hear me go. You guys need to listen with your eyes. Oh, my God, King. My parents, that was all they ever said. Look with your eyes, not with your hands. I'm like, I did not lick on my iPhone there. There we go. But the video stuttering, oh my God. You know, Elon, you need to launch some more satellites, because it's my upload speed has been slowly going down. It's still faster than the other one was, but it has been slowly going down. Go back and lip read, everyone, for the juice. My lip reading skills. Now that would be funny. I would love for someone with lip reading ability to go and do one of those lip reading videos on me. Because number one, I would love to hear what voice they choose to put for mine. It's like, hi, my name is Scott, and how are you? And I can't imagine the things that I would say. Do you think Red would ever consider adding high speed to their cameras? Like the V-RAPTOR or more? I mean, I'm not saying they're working on anything. What I'm saying is the man said on a live stream that it has always been his intention, if I'm paraphrasing, and I want to quote it exactly right, but it's always been his intention to get a high-speed camera out there. Also, Johnny, I did not recognize, well, I recognize you, but I did not say hello. Hello, Johnny. How are you? Like the V-RAPTOR or more. It's a tough one too. Once you achieve certain frame rates, the U.S. government is less excited about you. Let's put it that way. Good evening, guys. Hello, Josh's Journey. Gregory, something close to the Phantom. I mean, it's achievable. Red could certainly do it. Red could pull that off. They would have to design the sensor that would do that. But with the way Red's running lately, I think they could pull that off pretty nicely. Now, it would take a while because Red runs lean, but it's on the list, as I understand it, from the man who publicly stated it. I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to say, unless I just crossed the streams. I don't think I did. You need to build a flashing light when you saw. You know, I don't normally mute it, which also, by the way, I have to apologize because I could not hear last week. I was only listening through AirPods. So I couldn't tell how loud I was compared to Shane. And I guess right before we started, they brought Shane's volume level down. So when I turned it up, I was watching it later just so I could enjoy all the parts that he was saying. All you can hear is, you know, it was so bad. I apologize for that. That is not normally how I like to do it. Eric R., how did you set up the XY on the Kessler crane with the second shooter and support the rig? The way I did it is I used the shuttle dolly. Underneath the shuttle dolly, I used a Hercules head, which if you don't have the Hercules head, you can use a hi-hat. Underneath the hi-hat, I put a half ball to 3/8. I screwed on a Kessler quick receiver onto the bottom of that. I put either second shooter or city shooter underneath. The reason you need the hi-hat is you need to be able to clear the shuttle dolly. Well, sorry, I didn't put city shooter, not for, so, hold on, XY. XY, you don't need as much, but city shooter then mounts this way using a quick release onto the bottom of the city shooter, the Cine slider, and then I used two posts, baby pins on the end, and then connected those to the top just to provide a 3-axis. Then you had shuttle dolly moving forward, and you had Cine slider side to side. I will see if I have a picture of it. I mean, I have to go way, way back. That's January. We're going to go take it back, way back. I know I have a video here. Ooh, I'm going to go all the way back to 2021. beginning of 2021. Let's see. What do we got here? What is this? Nope, that's vertical. Hold on, I'll get you a picture. I think it matters. That's not it. That's the spinning rig. There we go. So, yeah. So if you look there, you can see you no longer need to use the Hercules head. That's what I was using originally. I just use the hi-hat, which will give you just enough standoff from the shuttle dolly. Drop it down below. You could also mount it on top should you want, but that gives you the perfect X and Y. Eric, if hopefully that answers your question, does it? If not, message me and I'll send you the photo or walk you through it, whatever we need to do. Get you up and running. Wow, breathing my own smoke, and I don't do that. Have you checked out Cyber's Rocket XTRM-Q 16 terabyte external aluminum SSD? Looks awesome, but the price tag is substantial. Think about, though, what you're getting. You're getting 16 terabytes of pretty fast SSD. Cyber makes pretty good stuff. Their rockets are nice. And with that, I mean, because you're going to be looking at TLC and QLC 3D NAND flash on that. But with 16 terabyte, I believe, isn't that 2 8 terabytes side by side? In which case you won't have any slowdowns really. I only have, what is this one? This is a 2 terabyte in here. That's in here, but they work just fine. Cyber makes some good stuff. Terabyte is the new gigabyte, so we should be. So bleach got splashed. Oh, was that you that had asked to fill? I put my tilted ring down for 2 minutes. Cleaner walked by and dropped a bucket of bleach. Pretty sure the first person to experience this. So Ollie, did you manage to get it while it was still wet? Because I think, weren't you asking that for Phil on his live stream? But yeah, as long as it's wet, from what he says, if you can get it off of there quick, you should be okay. If it dried on, that's when it's going to start to eat the coatings. So yeah, I would get some, I would first rinse it like crazy, get all the water off, because you don't want to put like Zeiss cleaner on there, because that's ammonia, sometimes ammonia, but mixing that with bleach, not going to be a good combo. So they're working on something. All I know, Kevin, is that he said it has been on his list to make, just like Komodo. Komodo was on the list. And I know he knows how much I love high speed. So, I mean, I'm sure he's doing it just for me. It is a small market, but I think with the way Raptor and XL are going and Komodo, I mean, I think there's no reason we couldn't expect a likely high-speed camera. That's probably the best way, because they could tackle it. They could do it. Watch Jared will jump on and go, Scott, you shut your mouth. Yeah, the truth is that if he publicly states it publicly, then everybody will go, where are we getting that? What are we getting that? I want it now. I want it now. Kind of like the beta Komodo firmware, when they go, when's it going to be out of beta? Did you watch my video? Did I mean, like, the big thing in there was, don't ask. Don't be that guy. It's coming. It will be many, many months. Many, many. Which nobody got that joke, by the way. The second drive, no one commented. Man, some of my jokes just must be that lame. Many, many. TP is a new gigabyte of the year. We should have 250 terabyte CFast cards for 500 respectively. I'd love it, King, but that ain't happening for a long time. It would be cool to see a red camera like an Ember. I think the more appropriate thing would be, it'd be cool to see an Ember like a red camera. Drop it like it's hot. I wouldn't worry about the barrel, but I would definitely worry about the front element. Give it a few years, King. Yep. Yeah, dude, I need to mute the sips. I can't. With the microphone here, it's really hard. I'm trying, but I'll do it. I'll try to remember. See what it did there? Remember, with great responsibility comes great response ability. And for me, muting means that I have to remember to go back and unmute. And you know what happened last time, Ollie? I heard a lot of room noise in the last. Yeah, that was 100% because you had to turn up the volume to hear Shane. He got lowered down. My volume is always the same. I write it right at, well, not today. We go down one. There we go. Down right. There we go. Now I'm writing it. Nope. I normally like to. What is going on? Why is this going? Test, 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 test. There we go. Test, 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 test. There we go. That should be a little quiet. I usually keep mine right at like 1 dB, which is not great for vocal, but I figure it helps get my point across. Normally, vocal should be at about -3. Music should be -6. Unless it's only music, then it's, what is it? How many loofs? Some number of loofs for Spotify. Ollie says, at least it's weather sealed. You can have the front element easily replaced at a service center. If the coatings, yeah, I'd be interested to hear what happened. What's your coating? What's your lens coating look like? Yes, thank you. I'm assuming that means you got the answer to your question with my picture. We're going to have the service internally. Also, why are we not seeing 18-bit color cameras at least? 32-bit preferably by now. Well, because you are having a hard time seeing more than 10-bit color, even in theaters. Some of them do have more than that, but, I mean, even 10-bit panels is pretty hard to come by. There are always engineers in here. Hello, Bob Gundu. How are you, Bob? I saw you were selling your lenses. Schneider lenses. I love those lenses, but I say you're parting ways with them. It's been what, a good long 8 years on those. Good job. Xenons. That's right. I kept saying Zine in my head, and I knew that was wrong. I love those lenses. Uh-oh. I dried it, but then used, well, you don't want to mix the chemicals, but if it's dried, it's probably not a chemical anymore, because I don't think bleach has a solid base. Well, I mean, you're right on that, Gregory. Literally, this lens right here, which it won't focus because I don't have autofocus on this. This lens right here, that's the Canon 24-70 2.8 Mark II. I sent my wife to the store to pick up the lens. She bought it. She brought it home. It was beautiful. I looked at everything. Gorgeous. And in 24 hours, I had a nick on the front element. She didn't do it. It wasn't there. I did it somehow, and I have no idea how. But it didn't show up. You can't see it because it's focused beyond. If you did a close focus, or actually if you did probably like a f/22, you might be able to pick it up slightly. Am I muted again? Ha. Gregory, the front element seems okay. I'm just worried about the inner plastics. Oh, wow. Okay, so it was there for a little bit. Maybe. Bleach and plastic, though, I'm not sure. You know, it really depends on what kind of plastic the lenses are made from. I mean, it depends on I mean, you might just be taking it to the service center and you don't care, but I mean, you could look at the chemical MSDS sheets for bleach and find out what plastics are safe to transport bleach in, because I know there are plastics that are. Then find out what kind of plastics do Canon lenses make. Are they made out of? If it's that type of plastic, then there's no worries. 15 to 35 is weather sealed. That's true. Has gaps and it got in there. We'll get it serviced. Yeah, it's probably best to get it serviced. That's not an inexpensive lens, so it's yeah. Have you played with any of the camera? Yes, I have, Beyond. It works really well, except here, where my internet speed is, my upload speed is not there. But it does work. It works excessively well. If you look Beyond on the Komodo video, the Komodo firmware 1.71 beta video that I released, I show the camera to cloud, and I show setting it up, and I show it syncing the files. It took, and it'll tell you on there, like I shot like 1 minute, and it took, I think, like 12 minutes for me to upload that 1 minute. Was it Ollie? Were you the one that did the research? It was 82 megabits per second that you need to upload to ultimately achieve near real time for typical. Right? Netflix. Yeah, Netflix is one. Spotify is a different one, which is so funny because I have to, when I was uploading these to Spotify, I always had to go in and change it because they're like, Greg says, hey, Bob, how come no one is asking if he got the name of the cleaner or their service, if he filed a report to report it to the insurance company? Well, I mean, did you? What am I hearing? It's not my work. Oh, I keep forgetting. I gotta aim that down a little bit. When I put the text on there, the puppy cam doesn't show puppy. He'll walk away anyway. As soon as I do that, he'll get up and walk away. Yep, selling the Xenon full frames. And you have a set of 4 or 5 lenses? Chlorine bleach is a base. I have to go back to editing. See you. Thanks. Have a good one, Jason, or a good early afternoon, sir. So, what's everybody want to talk about? Is Ricci still on here? I kind of figured it would be a slow day. There was no one waiting, which, I mean, I get it. I'm not Shane. Usually the live streams after a good live stream, we kind of do the slow live streams. Time travel. True. Yeah, there's Reach. Reach wanted to talk about the rant that the guy made on YouTube's, where he's like, Red is destroying the camera industry. And I say it like that because that's literally how I hear people say it when they say it. And I'll give you my 2 cents, which I've given many, many times. Red obtained a patent. Red has been challenged on the patent. Red is using the patent. Red has won all of the challenges to their patent, or in some cases, they settled where it made sense. I don't know the particulars on that, but we just know that they didn't go to court on some of those cases. But I think that was probably patent to get patent versus patent case, not using patents. But in the cases where their patents were challenged, Red won. Therefore, despite what you might think, and I'm not saying anybody, I'm just saying Mr. Negative, Red legally obtained a valid patent. It has been tested time and time again. They are not a troll. A patent troll is someone who buys up patents, does not use them, but goes after companies who are violating against them. To obtain a patent, you must do a bunch of things. You must actively use your patent, and you must actively defend your patent. I'm not a lawyer, so don't take this as legal advice. Red actively uses it. Red actively defends their patent, which means they've got a legal patent. They're following the other two. So no matter what anybody says, they are entitled to the patent, period. Now, when it expires in 2026, I think, 2027, it's still a ways away. Yeah, people will be able to put some compressed RAW in their cameras. However, because Red is not a patent troll sitting on a patent, they have improved their patents several times. They just received, like, I think November, they got another patent or two on expansion, not an extension, but an expansion of that patent using the latest technology that they're using. So my summary is this. Red has a valid patent. It will expire. But what will expire is 15 years old, meaning that everybody will get to use the technology that's 15 years ago. The current stuff that we're using in Komodo and all the latest stuff, that's a new patent that goes till like 2037 or I don't know, it's a long way away, which is the way you would want to do. I slurp too much, so they don't want me to have any more. She was offering to refill my beverage. So you would want the latest technology because we're in the latest technology era. So, I mean, Nikon, I have a feeling, I'm not a lawyer, but I have a feeling Nikon is going to lose. And I think there's going to be more videos put out of so many sour grapes about how dare Red, they are holding back the camera. No, they're not. They're not holding anybody back. And I promise you, if any other camera manufacturer had cared enough to seek that patent, they would have got it. Whoever got there first would have got it. It just shows you how far ahead Red is, that they're fighting this in the last 5 years, which means for 10 years, Red has been ahead of the game. That's my Red rant, my Red reverse rant. But look at me. I'm happy. I'm fine. I don't have a problem. I'll sleep tomorrow. No big deal. It's so weird that these people keep going they try to get people riled up, try to get people on their side. And honestly, all they really attract are the same people who either shot with Red before and stopped shooting with Red and don't like Red, okay, or the people that don't like Red, or the people who want their Blackmagic, Sony, whatever camera to be a Red because they feel like Red is overpriced, but Red is still the cheapest cinema camera on the planet. For what you get, nothing comes close. Okay, this is like a Red getting a kissies. No, we're not doing kissies for Red. This is just facts. I would defend and do defend any company that receives a patent on their product. It is something that they have to protect it. They have to be rewarded. A reward is a patent, meaning if you come up with something, and I don't care, well, they didn't come up with the codec. Who cares? They didn't patent the codec. They patented a noticeable, lossless, I forget the term, but basically you don't notice any loss compression inside of a camera that shoots 4K at a minimum of 23 frames per second, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole thing spelled out on the patent. It's a generic patent, but it is a patent that no one else got. Okay. They act like any other company would. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I don't know the particulars. Red sued Sony. Sony countersued Red. They ended up settling out of court because Sony said Red infringed on their patents and vice versa. They settled because for whatever reason, it was mutually better for them to settle. But in the end, they both have their patents. They were both defending their patents. Greg says, like when any other manufacturer stops making an old model and they run out of stock, wouldn't it make sense to have an out-of-stock badge on old cameras in the store? Yeah, it doesn't stop anybody from innovating other ways. So it feels extreme. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, come up with something new. So don't compress it. Do it differently. I mean, Blackmagic has B-RAW, BM, whatever it is. It's not RAW. It's not compressed RAW because it does bake in some of the bare. However, the people running Blackmagic cameras aren't complaining about B-RAW. They're not complaining, well, I wish it was red RAW. They're not. They may be complaining that they can't have red RAW, but they seem to be happy with their B-RAW. So what's the complaint? Red just filed a brand new patent saying they would that the use of RAW on any device would belong to them. Honestly, this does seem like a patent troll, but that's not what it is. That's not what it is. It is a visibly visibly lossless compression of raw censored data of 4K or greater at 23 frames a second inside of a camera. That is, I mean, it's kind of genius. Let's see. It's also not holding back the Z9. If that feature matters to you, just don't update your camera. It's true. I know several people who have not updated it. But what I have a feeling is that if Nikon loses, then they would probably have to forcibly recall all cameras and delete the feature and what have you, or pay a substantial penalty, something so that those can have it. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Justin says, you have to admit that they use proprietary hardware that disallows third-party hardware. They don't anymore, actually, Justin. That was the old days. And honestly, with DSMC3, they listened. Everybody had that complaint. They complained about the monitor costing so much money. So they don't make the monitor anymore. Small HD makes the monitor. They complained that the media was proprietary and expensive. So now you can use CF Express Type Bs. You have to use certain ones because you have to guarantee that data rate. But that's gone. You had to buy expander modules. Now you don't. They're built in. So and on top of that, the price went down. So I don't agree. I don't agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, Justin. When I bought my DSMC 1 first camera, I complained about the price of media. I really did. I seriously complained. But in the end, I justified the expense and I bought it. And I'll show you just how old that is. My Red Mag 512, which this ain't red, which means to tell you this is older than dirt. And this thing has been through the ringer and back. I have 2 of them, and they still work, which is why Red had to do it. And this goes back to the whole Ginny Mag BS. Ginny was saying, Red the whole time has been using off-the-shelf $100 memory. No. When the Mini Mag was first created, now I'm starting to sound negative, and I'm not. I'm using their tone. When this was first created, the Mini Mags, there was very little 512 gig NVMEs out there that could handle the sustained rate, and they were very expensive, which is why Red wanted to make sure that you couldn't just go and stick some other NVMe in there, stick it in there and go, hey, my Red doesn't work. They're having to guarantee a product that works, and the only way they could do that is if they guaranteed the media. Now we're at a point, and this is good for everybody, I don't have a problem with it, where CF Express Type Bs and Type As, which Type A's kill me, these silly things, these are the same price as Red Mags. I have to shield my eyeballs because it goes, I saw your eyes. Let me focus. These things cost the same price per gig as a friggin' Red Mag. But the CF Express Type Bs, those things are cheap now. What is a 512 Type B? It's like $180 from Angelbird? That's insane. That's awesome. I mean, it's great. And the reason is because they can guarantee the write speeds. Okay, smiles. I'm not bitter. Don't remember. I get emotional. I don't get emotional. I just get happy and loud. You don't see Sony, Canon, or Arri sell any of their models that have been phased out. True. But unlike Red, most of them do not keep supporting. No, they do. They all have to support it for X period of time. I don't know what that is. I think by law they're supposed to support it for X number of years after they discontinue, and then they put an end of life on it, which DSMC2 is no longer being sold. They continue to support it, but it's no longer sold. And at some point in the future, it will no longer be supported, just like DSMC1. That's just life, because you can't expect a company to support it forever. Heck, wow, big words, Scott. There are companies today who can't fix their problems from a year ago because they can no longer buy the parts to actually do it. It's like synthesizers, which cracks me up. How many of y'all are into synthesizers? I was on the C47, Jim Schofield's live stream. Well, I wasn't on it, but I was in the audience of it, and we just started talking about synths, and everybody was into synths, and it was hilarious. But synthesizers today, you can't recreate old synthesizers because you literally cannot create the physical capacitors. Well, not the capacitor, the transistors and the integrated circuits, the chips, and which is why with that Japan fire, there was some audio chip or digital audio converter, I think it was, that this one factory in Japan made for the entire world, and it burned down. That happened during COVID, and then no one could get the chips anymore. It's wild. It's been mentioned before that if anyone else put the effort to make the videos up to spec, well, there's a process. If you want to make sure I'm not muted. It's it was a peanut gallery comment. Someone who's clearly listening, but didn't want to publicly state anything, and that's reasonable. But yeah, if people had any idea how many companies actually do this thing, they would all just go sit in the corner and just be quiet, because it's every company. I promise you, whatever brand camera that one rant of the week, it's not even that often. It's about once every 6 months. If that one camera company had the foresight to do what Red did, they would have the patent, and Red would not be the same company that they are today. They'd be something different. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kemper Ty went through the process of getting approved, and Red said we approve them. And those long takes, those things are huge, and they sell them for cheaper. But at that point, I think I don't know. This is not speaking from direct knowledge, but I think at that point that's kind of when Red said, let's stop playing in this battlefield here. Let's focus on core, which I love. That I love Red. I mean, they're not perfect. Believe me, I criticize so much so that they're like, you can stop criticizing. And I do it personally. I don't criticize on one thing only, audio. I think it's a great thing that Red focused on just doing the core builds, because honestly, I think V-RAPTOR and Komodo are outstanding. I mean, there is nothing on the market that comes close for twice the price. Nothing. That's incredible. If anyone else put the effort, yeah, okay, that's it. I don't know how that got jumped out of order. I wouldn't trade a Red workflow for anything. FCPX integration is so clutch. Yeah, I still can't get an FCPX, man. I can't do Final Cut. I've tried and tried and tried. I just couldn't do it. But I love Resolve now. I'm such a fan. Cinema Raw Lite is nice. It has its qualms, but it's nice. And you don't always have to have full RAW. Just like Blackmagic's RAW, you don't have to have full RAW. But that's Red's claim to fame. We will give you smaller RAW, meaning, definition, you can take a finished file, go to a single frame, take a single pixel, and you can map all the way back through the workflow and determine exactly what the sensor pixel or sensor photosite, what at the value that it actually captured. That's what RAW means. But you don't have to have it for everything. Let's see. Am I getting yelled at again? No. Okay, I'm good. And no, that was not Red. I can see somebody goes, "Oh, he's getting yelled at by it." No, it's not Red at all. It's someone else. Thanks. I had not read that on their forums. Yeah, that's to Gregory. Yeah, it is true what he said. Kemper Ty is big in Europe, been around. Kemper Ty is a great company. They make really good products. My whole negative with Kemper Ty was just that I didn't like the Revolva because it just didn't have enough options for me. It works. It just didn't have enough options. I would want 5 or 6 different. I'd want a bigger Revolva. But the Revolva works, and their new one is even better. Is it a controversial opinion that the old bright 7-inch is way better than the new DC? So I don't have any experience at all with the new small HD 7-inch. I've heard that the bright was better. Someone messaged me the part numbers for the actual screens on those monitors, which I thought was interesting. And I looked them up. I was like, those are cheap now. So you can replace them yourself, should you be so bold. Don't ask me to do it. I'm horrible with taking apart stuff. How do you like Final Cut compared to others? I've been meaning to get to it like 10 years ago. Jed, hello, Jed. Scotty doesn't know that Blackmagic and me broadcast from our Ursa every Sunday. Any thoughts on Red Connect? I don't mind. Like I say, I'm not a bitter person. I'm not a negative person. Blackmagic makes some really good stuff. I use Blackmagic right here. Hi. Oh, he got up and left, that turkey. Hi. I mean, that's all Blackmagic right there. I've owned a Blackmagic Ursa 4.6K, 4.6, and I liked it. It just, the workflow, it didn't appease me, mostly because, well, it was shooting to ProRes, and I was really liking I really liked the red workflow a little bit better, just a little more raw. So in the end, I sold the Ursa. It's a fine camera. I rented the Pocket, and I had a friend bringing a Pocket. We did some A/B tests. It's fine. It's not a Komodo killer or anything like that. It's fine. Now their Ursa 12K, not a fan, not at all. But I own lots of Blackmagic products. In fact, here's one right here. Let's see if you can. Yeah, there you can see. Hey, look, it's a Blackmagic bidirectional SDI to HDMI converter. I really like no, I love Blackmagic. I'm going to say it. Resolve, hands down, fantastic. Just because I don't worship their cameras, that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I don't have a problem with anybody that shoots. I've seen some beautiful stuff shot on Blackmagic. It's cool. Not the 12K, but the G2, yeah, that's nice. And what's coming in NAB? Beyond Nick, I hope Red will do an Apple MagSafe and go back to the old SMC. I don't think that's going to happen. There were a lot of reasons in that, and Jared talked about that on one of the live streams. And it was I can't remember. And honestly, I don't remember which live stream it was, so I would just be pulling out of my rear end, and that's not ever good for anybody. Let's make sure. Yes, I know I'm live. Thank you. Have you all subscribed to Raw Cuts? Raw, yeah. Y'all didn't comment. What do y'all think of that as catchphrase? Raw, yeah. Is that okay? Would that get annoying, or would it just be kind of cool? Because I think T-shirts with raw, yeah, you can have Raw Cuts, like the circular logo, and then raw, yeah. I think that'd be cool. Hashtag. Okay. Man, I'd love that. Komodo XL. Well, I don't think their level will be a Komodo XL. There's no point. I think Komodo XL is literally a Raptor. But I'm sure at some point a Komodo 2 will appear. But it probably won't be called Komodo 2. It'll probably be called something cooler. Snapdragon. No, that's trademarked from whatchamacallit, the chip company. I've got over 20,000 using Resolve, but I'm faster than everything. Interesting. Hours. Wow, that's a lot of edits, bro. That's some serious edit. I still have my first red Epic Dragon. I would still have mine, Kevin, if I didn't blow it up. Plan on running it to the ground, as you should. You know why, Kevin? It's the same sensor. It's still beautiful. That's what Raw Cuts is shot on. A-cam on Raw Cuts, that's Dragon. It's beautiful. The Master Wide, that's Komodo. I'm sad because Komodo's on rental right now. And I don't rent my Komodo to just anybody. It has to be select people. It's people who care about my little baby blue. But it's a rental, so I don't have it right now. Let's see here. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Saying crazy how ahead of his time the camera was. Yeah. I think though, Ollie and you and I both share a exceptional sentimental spot. And originally I was going to sell Dragon, but now that the prices have gone down, I'm just keeping it. It's too valuable to me sentimentally for the current prices. Sorry, I should have muted that. But I think V-RAPTOR, Monstro was the first sensor that I thought was viable for me to switch, but V-RAPTOR was the sensor that was like, yeah, there's no question. V-RAPTOR is way better than Dragon. Also have a Red Ranger Helium. And we'll either do the same thing or sell it to upgrade to DSMC3. Now, Helium is the one sensor I don't like. I like it more than MX, but it is my least favorite current-ish sensor. I just never liked the way helium looked. I love that it was 8K, but it just, for whatever reason, never did something for me. Use. How many hours do you have on the Epic Dragon? Ooh. I bet you have some hours there. More than I do. I'm under 1,000 on mine. I'm not that big. How many you got on yours, Ollie? I want to know. I bet all of y'all have more than mine. Now my Komodo, boy, that sucker's getting some hours though. Whew. Good question. I will check. It's been 3 years since Komodo. It's not technically been 3 years though. Wasn't it released in June? So 2.5. But it is crazy to think about how well that camera has done and how good it still is today. I mean, for $6,000, I mean, I got a buddy who's literally looking at buying a used one right now, and I'm like, buy it, buy the Komodo. I said, don't buy any accessories for it, just buy the Komodo. Find out if you're going to like it or not, because he's on the fence of Raptor, and he has Monstro, so he's set. But I said, just buy Komodo. See if you're going to like it. If you like it, then accessorize it. But if you don't like it, then, no problem. Sell it. No big deal. Beyond Nick says, I love that I can go back and edit footage shot on 8K Dragon from 2015. You had an 8K Dragon? Woo! Yeah, that's true. What I do like is their color science, because they're compressed raw, forward thinking. Their new color science applies all the way back. That is incredible. I love that. Should Red go beyond 8K? Yes. Yes, I think so. Should Red go beyond 16K? For the foreseeable future, I don't think Red exceeds 16K. Well, I don't see any current benefit beyond 16K. But I can see a 16K camera being useful, well, for many, 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 many years. But I could see that be a cool thing. What are your Komodo? I think 800 or 900. I think it's not in the 5,000 range, because I know there's Komodos out there with thousands and thousands of hours on it. He has 956 on his Epic Dragon. Wow, that's pretty cool. I would have to go see. Mine's embarrassing. My Dragon, I rarely rented it out to anybody because I didn't trust anybody with it. It's too much of my life savings. And I used it a lot on nature stuff. But it was mostly me. Oh, excuse me. All right. There we go. I'd love to see a 4x3 red sensor. So they have a variety. So, like, you remember the 8K Dragon? Well, they took several of those Dragons that wouldn't, the 8K sensors that wouldn't go all the way to 8K, and they cropped them in. So there is, I think it's a 6.5 Dragon that's based on the 8K. So it's a full frame 6.5. I'm pretty sure that's what I remember. There's several others that they had made out there, and they have them. Red has them all. They are they're all sitting there. Some of them, I'm guessing, are just sitting underneath Jared's desk. I didn't mean it. Sorry, Ollie. Kevin says, I never rent my cameras out to anyone. Very few people. I have to work with you before and know how you treat gear before I will let you. And even this last rental, I said, I don't normally like to rent it out without me being on set. But he's a good dude, and I trust him, and I know he knows what it means to me And yeah, Epic Dragon and MX are still holding strong. Hey, CG, what's up? And if y'all need DSMC 1 support, CG, you're still doing the repairs, right? CG can facilitate those repairs. Ollie says I have 1,000+ hours on one and 500 on the other. Nice. I've seen some Reds with 5,000+ hours. I would. Phil, you're on here, aren't you? You're silent. Which Red do you have, or did you have, that had the most hours on it? I bet you. Let's see, with Phil, I bet it's one of his Monstros. Probably has the most hours on it. And I bet you it's in the 3,000 range. Come on, Phil. I know you're on here. What model was that Dragon? So it was all DSMC 2, and it was when they had the original 8Ks Dragons. That I think there were only 10 full VistaVision 8K Dragons that were released to the public. The others didn't quite pan out, and they resized those. And I know they made a monochrome one. They did a lot. There's a bunch of variety out there. One day I'll corner Jared. And I'll say, hey, what do you have that people could rent? And have them listed off, because I'm sure it's a lot. But like, if you're looking for something, reach out to Red and say, hey, I would like to rent this camera. Do you have this camera? They probably do, and they will probably rent it to you. Probably, I think. Might be something. Oh, I don't know if you're going to pick it up. I don't think that. Well, anything with the 8K Dragon sensor, I don't think any of those are owned by anybody. I don't think. I think everybody had to turn those in, or I think everybody was enticed to the point where they turned them in. I just messed up lasering the outer shell of your Nanook. Good thing I ever seen. Oh, don't worry about it, dude. Come on, just Sharpie it. Don't worry about it. I've never read out any of my Reds without me being. I feel you. To me, I don't work as often as some DPs out there, and so my gear doesn't pay for itself that quickly. I make a personal investment on these gear for me. In which case, when I rent them out, I would love to have the rental income, but I will not share grid my Reds. There's no way. Ollie says, I'd be lying if I say I didn't get nervous every time I power them on, though. I don't think I'd be that nervous. As long as you don't go try to change out the battery, and you'd probably be successful at it than I am. I never had a problem. The only problem I ever had with both DSMC 1 and DSMC 2 is that stupid diagonal split screen thing that I don't know today if they still have not solved what that is. But you just power it off and power it back on. But boy, is it annoying when you're shooting on it, because it records it to the media that way. Then when you do a quick pan and all of a sudden you see your image go, you're like, CG says, of course, still keeping them going. So yeah, if y'all have DSMC 1, CG, reach out to him. He's a good dude and he can repair. Knows how to actually repair it. He's better than I am. A lot. I've been running my laser 24/7 for the past 6 days, and my brain's gone cuckoo, cuckoo. I had to do lots of parts replacements on my Ender 3 V2. I mean, it's like everything broke on it at once. But now I've got new parts. Red should rent. They do rent monochrome sensors, Jen. I know for a fact that they do. I don't know who they rent them to. It may be that they only rent them to big names. I don't know. But unless you ask, the answer is no. So you ask. But I do know they have several monochromes out there. Well, there at Red. Several. And several stuff's been shot with them, too. I'd love to try that. I would, too. If there was a full frame that I would want to have on my shelf, it would be a Dragon VistaVision. Maybe one day when I achieve the high level, I could say, Jared, can I have a Dragon VistaVision just for my shelf back there? I promise I'll use it, but also it'll stay on my shelf. Yeah, maybe. Or buy. It'd be like, well, those things are going to cost you a Lamborghini. Never had an issue, but do get the monitor tear. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You've never seen the diagonal lines baked in my footage, but I've seen it on my monitor. So, beyond, if you see it on your monitor, record and pan real fast. It's on your footage. I guess my dog would like it. Pardon me while I go. Let me read a question so I have something to talk about while I go get it. The people want a Komodo monochrome. That, I believe, they could do. I don't know that anybody has ever asked them for one. Come on, Rex. How you doing, bud? Yeah, some dreary. What? Nope. I'm on right now. Hi, buddy. I don't, but I'll take one. Yes. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Yeah. I just have to mute it when I slurp.
Just as bad as the ice going.
Oh, yeah. Poor Shane. Andre, hey, Andrea. Or Andrea. Bonvicini? That's a cool name. If it's on the footage, surely that's a sensor issue. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I have experienced it without question because I was very concerned because I played it back and it was there. I was like, ooh, not good. Not good. I'd love to see an achromatic sensor as opposed to monochrome. So I'm trying to parse what that means. I know what achromatic means, but I don't know what it would mean in a sensor. Pardon me while I don't understand that one. So define achromatic on a sensor as opposed to monochrome, because monochrome, they would literally just not assign it color values with the filters. So what would achromatic be? Gregory says, I've asked for it repeatedly. Well, did you ask loud enough? Did you ask with cash? Just say, hey, Red, I want a monochrome. How much will it cost me? There's always a price. Let me know before you turn that on and I'll mute it. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. I get the monitor tearing when shooting high speed. Yeah, but it's not continuous though, Kevin. If you get the monitor tearing, turn it off and turn it back on. It will be gone. It's weird. Only I think twice in the history of DSMC 1 and 2 that I've had did the monitor tearing happen on a reboot. That happened a second time, but then I just rebooted again. It was gone. But I mean, I think it was literally twice maximum. Ciao. Tried autofocus at Komodo for the first time, and I was very impressed. Goodbye, first AC. No, it's not quite that good yet, Jeff. Just getting better and better. And I will say the Red Control, Mikhail has done a fantastic job on that one with the face detect. Pretty cool. Unless you're an idiot like me, the first time you try it, you couldn't get it to face detect because you had the bounding box turned off on your screen. I suppose that means no CFA, which is what monochrome would be. Yeah, but I mean, what do you need? Okay, I'm muting now just for a moment. Y'all don't want to hear this. It's really loud. the blender making my delicious adult beverage. There we go. Okay. Phase 1 is achromatic. It is a, full spectrum sensor that gives black and white image. They could do that. So full spectrum sensor, all that is they don't put the OLPF on the front. That gives you full spectrum, and then you would do you would just have no filters in the CMOS sensor to give it the color assignments. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any reason you wouldn't take off the OLPF on a monochrome, because you don't care about that light, because it wouldn't be brown, it would just be sensitive. Which, by the way, I still need to finish my full spectrum Komodo review. Just one of the many things. It's hard for me to get on track on things and get things going with edit jobs and that kind of stuff. It's tough. There's a full spectrum Komodo. There are full spectrum Komodos. You can buy one. What? We're having steak tonight, right? Raw, yeah. There are full spectrum Komodos and full spectrum dragons, or not dragons, V-RAPTORs. They are making them, and yeah, they're interesting. I'm a fan, but not a fan. I don't know if I would want it as my only camera. If I had multiple Komodos, then I would want one of them to be. But I don't know. It was kind of cool. The footage looked pretty interesting. But when the sun hits it, serious amount of IR. Played with the full spectrum Komodo, and it was great. Yeah, it's cool with that. Yeah, that IR blast is. Let's see, full spectrum. They do have it. Don't Google full spectrum bad dragon. Just did. Yeah, probably don't do that. Half the things in the world you should not Google. Hopefully that's not slurping too much there. Let's see, what else is there? Making sure that. Well, I could, craftsman, like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. So I knew it instantly. I love Craftsman. He's so good. We are going to get him on the live stream. He's going to be interviewed. We're just waiting for him to get Starlink. Having that low light performance as a second body would be great. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I don't know. I think Beyond, I don't know why I call you Beyond instead of Nick, but I think for me, it would probably have to be a third Komodo. Because if I got a second Komodo, I would instantly just be using it as a secondary cam to Komodo. But a third one I could have as a specialty. That'd be fun. I think, yeah, I could probably get it again, play with it. It's interesting. It is definitely interesting. Let's see here. What am I missing? Not missing that. Not missing that. Okay. What else has everybody got to say? Come on. What are we talking about? We're talking about. I'm happy with this. This plus one product. Hey, it looks like a cool. Hi, my name is so and so. Actually, it looks like a Craftsman robot. That's the way he does his eyes. Um, that plus one product that I love, plus another product that I'm reviewing, is going to make the reviewing product better. It's kind of cool. What I'd love to see is HDRX on Komodo. I don't think you could do it. No. Yeah, it'd be really, really tough to do HDRX on Komodo. The reason is, number one, you don't have the initial frame rates to support it. So to do 2x HDRX, you would need 48 frames a second at 6K. To do 4x, you would need 96. So which means you're going to have to go into the time-lapse mode, and you can't drag the shutter. So you're kind of conflicted in there at the moment. At the moment, A is V-RAPTOR, B is Monstros, C is Komodos. So having a full, yes, Nick, you're golden there for a full spectrum. Yeah, that'd be a total fit. Can you elaborate on the full spectrum sensor? Yes, absolutely. So the OLPF that's in front of a sensor is multiple things. So one thing that it is anti-aliasing filters. And an anti-aliasing filter, if you've ever looked at a camera that had bad aliasing, is somebody with a very tight pinstripe shirt, and they move, and all of a sudden you see you see that happening. It's because the pixels line up with this, and so when you move ever so slightly, it jumps to another line of pixels, and you can see it. So what anti-aliasing filters do is you have one that goes this way, and one that goes this way, and sometimes a third that goes back again this way. And it's filters designed to slightly blur the image so that it does a line won't go to a pixel. It'll go to multiples. And that keeps the aliasing from happening. So an OLPF is made of anti-aliasing filters, and then multiple layers or a single layer of a light filter. And one of the big things that you want to get rid of is infrared, because we can't see it. So it doesn't do anything valuable in our typical exposure on a camera. If you take it off, if you look at, say, like the earlier Blackmagic pockets, they have really, really bad IR pollution because their OLPF does not have a really good IR light blocker. And the sun is a huge radiation of IR, as incandescent bulbs can also be. What it does is it causes muddiness in the shadows that show up, and it causes odd flaring, and it's likable in certain things, but it's not necessarily controllable. So they put an IR filter, as well as if there's any spectrum that the sensor is like exceptionally think about sound. You play flat noise, you bass that's really high, and then it goes off, and then you get a little bump in treble. It's the same thing with light. If you are really heavy on infrared, you block the infrared. So you put in the exact opposite in the light so that it comes out. So therefore it's equal. And then you have the little bump up here, you'll do the exact bump here. So you're going to have a filter that's going to filter out certain parts of the spectrum, and that will level out your sensor. So doing a full spectrum, you're removing the if red does it, they would probably put the anti-aliasing back in front, but you'd remove the IR. Thus, you get extra light capacity. You get at least a full stop, and maybe a little bit more of light of exposure. If you remember back in the original OLPFs of DSLM-C1. You had the low light, and then you had the skin tone. The low light had very little IR block. It had some, but very little. And that's where you got those spectrum dots that showed up when you hit the sun, because it was literally reflecting the pixels back on the, it was weird. Then they had the skin tone, which was a huge block of IR, which made our skin not glow so much with the infrared, because our skin absorbs and reflects back. So they blocked that. But that low light, they call it the low light because it was literally like 1.2 stops brighter than the skin tone. And then they came out with the standard. The standard was the best of both of these, but they got it close to the performance of the low light, but they still had the IR block. So all that to say, full spectrum, they take off the OLPF, which allows it to gain all that infrared light, which can be pleasing, but it can also be a color nightmare because you get a lot of like light levels in ranges that you would not normally expect. Please tell us about this gear. This gear, soon. It'll be on a project or product that I'm reviewing. That I like the product. It's pretty simple for what it is. Does some pretty cool stuff. Really, really good for the money. This takes it to the next level. But I'm not going to tell you. Finally got my CNC machine in there. I guess there's that. That's awesome. Over on 5K and lower. What is that for? On 5K and lower. On 5K and lower. What that's a reference to. I talk too much. What is everyone using for a production monitor? Good question. What does everybody use? I am currently using the OC, the 21.5 HDR. I like it as a production monitor, not as a color monitor. I was very truthful and honest in my review on it, as I always am. But I mean, people are like, "You seem like you're a little harsh." I wasn't harsh. I was telling you the truth. But I really like that OC 4 production monitor. But it is you can color grade it, or you can calibrate it a little bit and get it close, but it's not perfect. But I'd be interested in what everyone else is running. Any suggestion for lenses with Raptor with proper coverage while wide open without vignetting? What kind of lenses are you looking for? I mean, I know you're looking for wide open. Are you looking for fast lenses? Are you looking for zooms? Are you looking for primes? Budget? What you got? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. I miss the red orbs on flares, said no one ever. I remember it was like the second day I had my red Epic, and I was out there shooting. Actually, I was shooting my wife. Well, there you go. Now I'm getting arrested. No, that shot is in the intro to my to all my reviews, where you see her running through the field in a little sundress, and there were several shots that I had the red orbs, and I went out and I was like, "Oh my God, there's something wrong." I had not read about the red orbs, and I posted to Red User, and they're like, "Yeah, but we know." And then they explained it. Use a Sumo. It's not perfect, but it is built tough and lasted. I like the Sumo, but the Sumo is very warm to me. It's also it feels like it's softened and then sharpened, and I don't know how to explain that, enumerate it properly. It's got a strange look to the screen, but I do like it. It's just a little warm. Up until recently, been using the Panasonic 17-inch 1760W. Primes 1.5. Budget? What's your budget, Eric? Well, first off, I'm going to tell you the Tokina Vista Primes are fantastic. The Sigma Primes are fantastic. They're two different animals. The Sigmas are surgically sharp. like excessively sharp to a fault. You need filtration if you don't want it to be sharp. The Tokinas have a lot more character, but they're insanely sharp with character. But you're going to pay a little more for Tokinas, but fantastic. And then it just depends on your budget. So what's your budget? You got to get there. Eric, are the Komodo Aces are good. I'm interested in trying those out. I do want to test the Aces. Copy, I had one of my Fujis converted to 720. Yep, that sounds like full spectrum would be more of a critic. Yeah, so it is. Also, what's funny, so like with a full spectrum, you can shoot infrared photography and infrared videography, cinematography. But if you have one of those filters, if you have an infrared filter, you stick it on your Fuji and everything turns black and white with weird everything, because you're literally reading infrared only. So you're reading the reflected light, not the actual transmitted lights. It's not the correct way to say that either. But if you take that same filter and put it on your Komodo or your V-RAPTOR, you're not going to see anything, like almost nothing. And then if you kind of point it towards the sun, don't point it directly at the sun, you will start to see an image. You have to boost your ISO to like 12,800 and set your T-stop at 1.5, and you'll see like the sun in there. That's how much that cancellation is. So it's like, I think it's like 4 or 4.5 stops, I think I was testing, of the IR block. I mean, it is a wall. Nick loves the orbs. That's funny. Maybe it's just nostalgia. It might be. It might be. Sigmas breathe a lot. They do, but they're insanely sharp. The Sigma, well, he said specifically VistaVision, so the 50-100 is not VistaVision, but the 50-100 is like, it's more of a zoom rather than a focus. It cracks me up. I just laid into it though. If you're renting the tri-black reams, you're stunning. Interesting. I'm omnipotent. Well, all right then. Omnipotent. You are everywhere. You're omnipresent, not omnipotent. Potent. Get it right, Greg. Where's your Twitter? Come on, where's your Twitter? Bring out your Twitter. If you ain't on Twitter, then I don't have anybody watching on Twitter. It was interesting though. So every video that I upload here, including my live streams, go to Rumble after the fact. And the Shane Hurlbut got the highest number of views on Rumble, which is hilarious. They got 24. It's got like close to 800 on here, but Rumble 24. But I finally got some views on something on Rumble. It's kind of funny. Understood. I'm not old enough to have shot infrared film. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. I did some really cool infrared stuff with the full spectrum Komodo. Yeah. I was like, yeah, full spectrum Komodo. It was fun to shoot the infrared. I did enjoy that. The Komodo Aces are pretty unreasonable for the price. The DZO, totally blanking. The pictures are the 35 zooms. Their primes are not bad. They're not really sharp, but they're not bad at all. Didn't mind those. Message initially in Facebook and YouTube to see if there's any lag. Ah, I see. Well, I have to post them. But you didn't do Twitter, so it doesn't count. You're not omnipresent. Sigma plus diffusion is the one. I tend to agree there a lot. Sigma is pretty fantastic. For the money, there's nothing sharper. Nothing. Tokina is around my budget, sharp as okay. I'd prefer some contrast and good skin tone. Specs are CVP lens comparison tools. Leads me to think there will be vignetting on most lenses until T4. Not on Tokina. Tokinas are VistaVision. thus the name Vista Prime. They don't vignette on the VistaVision at all. And I remember that even on a Lexus 65, they cover, I think the 18 even covers the Alexa 65, which is a huge freaking sensor. Yeah, the Vistas have a huge image circle. It's pretty good. And Tokinas, if they're around your budget, just get the Tokinas. I mean, you're getting a full set. You're getting character. If you say sharp is okay, I feel like you're saying sharp is, it's okay. Tokinas are very sharp. They are, if Sigmas are 100% sharp, Tokinas are 95, 96% sharp. But they do have that nice flair and character. Eric, if you haven't seen, go find, it's from way back, like 4 or 5 years ago now. Look up my Tokina Vista Primes review, and then there's also the Vista Ones, which are also cool, but those are going to be harder to get because they don't make them anymore. The Vista Ones have removed a lot of the coating, so if you like flares, the Vista Ones might be something you might want to try to find on the used market. And I might be able to get you connected with a set if you're that interested. I'll have to see if I can. But the Vista Prime review, I freaking love those lenses. And I shot them in rainforests. I shot them, everywhere. It was, let me see. I think, do I have, maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I do. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so these are, this is Dragon 6K. Let me take off your comment here. That's a Vista. That's Vista. That's Vista. No, that's not Vista. That's not Vista. That's Vista. That was, I think, the 25 Vista, which was, just incredible. That's Vista. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. I have more. I have a lot more than that. Where is my... Okay, let me find it here. Let me just... they're probably not on here, are they? They're on here. Hold on. Let me pull up some more. I'll get you some here. I'm gonna hook you up. I just gotta literally click on the right thing. Oh, that's funny. That was not what I intended to do. I'm looking for stock video. Is my audio, is it out of sync again? Someone just said it was out of sync again. Let's see here. That's not it. Where's my favorites? Where's my favorites? Can't show those favorites. Those are favorite. No. Oh, you know what I can do though? I can pull up. Let me pull up the actual YouTube. Tokina Vista Primes. Vista Primes, Vista Primes. There's my Vista Prime review. Okay, I will play this. I will wait for it to show up and then I'll play it. So you can see, this will be 720. So this is all Vista Primes. And unfortunately, it's not going to be in full screen, but yeah, there's that. There, yeah. The Vistas, and then I get a little more creative, a little more And that was a cool shot. I like that one. Yeah, that's the flaring. You can see the flaring there. I love that barn. I've passed that barn like 6 or 7 times. Go watch it. It's in 4K. And there's some flaring on my page. What'll be funny is if I get a copyright strike against myself. But it's my video. Okay, so this I used a black pro mist on there, but gives you an idea. I mean, it does so well on skin. It's just beautiful, beautiful. That nice little flare. The pro mist is definitely enhancing that. Let's see here. That dude's killing it, man. He shot a documentary on runners, and now he works for Adidas. He's awesome. He's probably not doing justice with the 720p. But let's see here. Is there more? Oh yeah, that was with the Movi Pro on the Kessler Kill Shock on the front of my van, driving with the Vista Prime 25, shooting at 82 frames a second at 6K. It really probably looks horrible at 720p. This is the Kill Shock roll. I'm on you, Ollie. I know I'm on you. I'm watching. This is the Kessler roll. There you go. Greg, yeah. Flick your lighter. Oh, that horrible. There we go. Look at that beard, and God, I was fat too. Okay, so there we are. So, yeah, if you, Eric, if you look at, go look at that one, watch it in 4K. Also, the Vista ones, we had the first 8K footage of Vista 1 out there. Those are incredible. We shot that in Vegas, and then we shot it at a studio in LA. Beautiful stuff. Art says, Vespid, yes, Vespid, thank you. I sold my Sigma Zooms and felt I got way sharper stuff with the Katas. That's interesting. That I have never heard before. Now I'm really interested. How about the Tribe 7? I don't know the Tribes. I know Phil had some words about the Tribes. That's more of a Holland question. Holland, are you still out there? You got your ears on? He's like, have you seen the Airy Heroes? Would love to rent those. No, I have not. Greg says the Tribes have more character, but are still wicked sharp if you get the teaser X's, but the Takinas are more technical and clean. Interesting, in my opinion. Yep. Well, we all have that. That's all we look at is with our opinions. Working on those red shorts for you. What's your size? I'm fat. I have like a 42 waist, I guess would be. Probably 42 is safe. I always, yeah, 42. That's me. I still have some awesome 38s out there. I can't fit in, not yet, but I will at some point. Thanks beyond Nick. Peter says, I have to figure out how to join, but will. Join what, Peter? Let me know what you're trying to join. If you're trying to join the channel membership, that's easy. Just click down at the bottom and click the Become a Member. If you're on your phone, you probably have to go to a desktop, and I don't know why they would do that. But if you're just trying to join on YouTube, just there's another link I posted, and you click on YouTube. I've been using a Black Pro Mist 1/8 drop-in filter on my Raptor and been loving it. It's so nice not to have to put a matte box to use it. Yes, yeah. This is the kill shock roll. Flick that Zippo. No, I'm flicking the stupid thing. But all right. I could do the flick where you would do this. It would like that. And, ooh, ooh. It takes so many flints. It's hilarious. Those things, they cost only $19 originally when you could buy them at Spencer's Gifts. If y'all know what Spencer's Gifts was back in the days, we my brother and I got one from my father as a joke back when we were kids. And ever since then, I wanted one, and I found one, and I had to have it. Ollie says, if memory serves, these were the last images before the battery changed. I don't know if that's true. I remember the battery change disaster like it was yesterday. The seas were angry that day, my friend. Oh, the seas were angry. It was a cold and bleak night. It was, I believe it was at the very end of November of 2018. Yeah. I believe it might have been the 1st of December of 2018. That was YouTube got rid of the sort by old. I always like to go to people's YouTube videos and then sort by oldest to find out what they look like at the beginning. You know, how good was their quality, that kind of stuff. Just because I like to see people grow. Because, like, I grow a lot. Go look at my old stuff. You'll be like, this, I think, was October or November of 2018. And the battery incident of 2018, whatever, I don't know that one. That just seemed appropriate. That was November or December. I could get the actual date, but there's the actual battery. No, be helpful if hey, right there. There's the battery. That's what caused the whole thing. Yep, that'll do it. That's when I achieved Legendary Destructor. The removal of the sort by oldest. It is. I hate it. I'm so sad. It happened like a month and a half ago. And there's literally no way to do it now except to scroll. Which, if you do that on my videos, there's like 600 videos out there. Pretty interesting. It's also really interesting how the number of views equals dollars and how it almost entirely, I'll bring it up. Y'all know me. I'm as transparent as heck. Transparent as Hades. Let me pull up this. Let me pull up the lifetime. I'm gonna scroll up a I brought that up. That's when it goes offline. Hold on. I'll be back in just a moment. As soon as I'm back, I'll bring it up. That was kind of funny. Am I back? Am I back yet? Am I back yet? Okay, I'm back. Okay. So here is the wrong thing. There we go. So if you look at the number of views. This is the lifetime. So Notice the number of views almost equals exactly $5,000 per million, which is apparently pretty high compared to other channels. And do keep in mind, I've been on here since 2006. So it's not like I got $5,000 this year. I did not. But I will tell you what I did get this year, which was not horrible. There we go. That was my this year's $1,290.58. That equals exactly $100 a month. And if you had any idea what my expenses were, you'd know I do this out of love. So join as a channel member. Use those B&H affiliate links. Oh, also, if you are looking for Aputure lights, the Aputure store now has an affiliate link. So if you want an Aputure light and you want to order from Aputure store and you would like to support me and my channel here, then there's a link below for the Aputure store. If you just click on that, I earn a small commission and I thank you. That's it. That's my whole thing. Let's see what to do. You've grown a lot since the Mud Light commercial. Oh, great. If you would see the original stuff. Really bad. It started with my cousin, who is now a videographer. He was like this tall. He was wee tall, and I was entertaining him while all the grown-ups were out eating, and so I was the babysitter, and I was 13 maybe, and so we had VHS camcorder, had it set up, and I took all of these not these puppets, but I do have the original puppet back there. I can go get him. My original puppet I have. And I tied fishing line to him and took it up to the ceiling fan, and I sat in the corner and I animated these and Bill, it's been going in and out of sync for no reason. I don't know what it is. But I animated these puppets with fishing line for him and kept him as a captive audience and recorded the whole thing, and we have the video. That's where it started. That's how bad it is. This is the Kessler Scroll. That's why I sing when I'm searching for and we appreciate, I appreciate each and every one of y'all too, because we will need an SP document. You literally get it every Friday. Every Friday, when there's a lull in the conversation, you get a little bit of history from Scott. Just a little. Like the time I hoisted that outhouse up into the middle of a barn. Let's see here. As much as I'd love to support you by ordering from Aputure, shipping to Greece and paying customs, I appreciate it, but you, sir, are the top tier member of the channel as a channel member, and I greatly appreciate your continued support, sir. Thank you for that, and that is more kindness than you could possibly know. I'd rather order from the EU and keep being a channel member. Me too. Let's see here. Need me some MT Pros. Did you see the original Nanlite Pavo tube HSI color settings are 30 degrees off? You get 160, you have to dial at 138. I did not see that. That is interesting. I've not tested those. We will have some Nanlite stuff coming in to test soon. Working on that. It's all worked out. It's just timing to get those things. But did you see the quasar tubes? The rainbows can now be controlled with an app. Finally, love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sounds like a firmware or Firewire. Who's old now? Me. Yeah, could be. Alrighty, folks. Let's wrap this up. Who's got some last minute questions? Let's do a 5-minute power hour. Yeah, we're gonna pack an hour of me talking into 5 minutes. But you got to put your comments and your questions down below. Really, like over here. Oh, you have them up here? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I guess you have to, because if you full screen it like this, then your comments would be down here, which would be really weird. So yeah, I guess you have to have them over here. Yeah. Oh, there's your comment right there. All right, let's get them in. Come on. Rapid fire, lightning round. Let's do this, people. Plus, I have a steak. I found the most beautiful steak. I cannot wait to try it. It was so marbled. Oh, unbelievable. I haven't received any of my chickens yet, so I have not named them yet. I never named the chickens before. We had up to 36 chickens. We had 36 chickens, 4 ducks, several geese. And my daughters named every single one of them and could tell the difference between every single one of them. And they all had personalities, and it was the most hilarious thing ever. I've got some nice dragon footage of chickens and girls. Chicken pooping, duck pooping, geese pooping, got lots of that. Yeah, it's a thing, but I don't think I'll name the chickens. I'll probably just name them 1, 2, 3, all the way through 12. Art says, I'm shooting a couple of comedy commercials. Name 2 of your favorite comedy commercials. Okay. All right, I'm going to go back. Some of my favorite comedy commercials are sarcasm. Go find the Joey Suzu commercials from the late 80s and watch those. Those are hilarious. Any Bud Light commercial at a Super Bowl before everybody went caring and sharing as opposed to funny on Super Bowl commercials. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I really enjoyed my Bud Light commercials. Those were also really, really funny. Let me think of a commercial. Honestly, Super Bowl commercials are definitely the funny ones. I'll have to think if there's another funny one. It would be fun to do a film review live with the director. It would be. I'm actually working. I'm reaching outside my bounds because I'm a little insecure about it. But I'm reaching out to a couple of people who are way beyond what I would think is in reach to be on the live stream, because Puppy Cam is live again. The answer is always no unless you ask. So I'm going to ask. One of them I think is going to be kind of amazing, and I'll see if I can get that person on. I'm trying. I've written this much so far. We'll see. But that would be interesting to do a film review. However, that would get demonetized instantly. Now is the time to have... I know. Man, my plan, Ollie, I'm going to produce 8 eggs every day. I figure within 2, maybe 3 weeks, I'll have a full V-RAPTOR. Yep. I have to buy eggs on... I know. I was kind of shocked at the price of eggs. And the worst thing, my mom, she lives next door, and she has... Well, she even has still some of our original 36 chickens. Not as many. They tend to go... they don't last forever, but they're all in molting right now. And the light levels are really low, so they're not laying eggs. And so we're not getting any eggs from her. It's not her fault. It's the egg's fault or the chicken's fault. So we're waiting. Is steak really affordable in Texas? No, it is not. I would imagine it's the same price that you pay. And I think, so I bought a prime ribeye and it was $19.99 a pound. And this was not from like the highest class butcher shop. This is from a good grocery store that has prime meats. $19.99 a pound. That should tell you something. Where is steak not affordable? Everywhere. I used to pay a whole lot less. It's not Fincher art. I will work towards Fincher. Fincher's my holy grail. A Fincher, a Spielberg, all of those are my holy grails. Those are my whales. Maybe one day I'll work up to it. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I want to get not just DPs on here. I want to get directors. I want to get actors. And they don't have to be the best actors. There's a couple of actors I really like to have, you know what I'm saying? But I think they bring so much to the conversation that we all need to pay attention to. Art directors. I would love to get a really good art director on here. I know one. I might reach out. That'd be a good one. Yeah, I really want these live streams with the interviews to be wide and diverse. Steak is just bigger in Texas. It is bigger, but it's still by the pound, so we pay more for it. Everything is really bigger in Texas. It's like the only state you could drive for a day and still not leave Texas. Texas is so big, you could fit the entire United States and another Texas inside of Texas. That was a meme. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. Oh, hey Joey. Well, thank you very much. We're just wrapping up here, but everybody could enjoy it afterwards. Coen Brothers is more. Oh, for sure. Oh, I would totally enjoy the Coen Brothers. Totally enjoy it. Yeah, Joey, we do this every Friday, except for next Friday, at 4:00, and then we go. And I mean, sometimes I don't have a steak waiting, and we'll go for hours and hours. But I have a steak waiting. So Roger Deakins recently commented on a clip from a Tommy Wiseau movie. Was that a joke? The Tommy Wiseau was making a new movie, and he was on stage, and he got the crowd to be in the movie. I don't know if that was a meme or if it was real or what. You never know with that guy. I feel like it was real. Oh, there we go. I saw some giant cinnamon rolls out of Texas once. Well, we do have those. We do have those. Also, cinnamon. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know where cinnamon came from, but those are kind of Texas sized. Right on. Try to catch and share when I can. I appreciate you, Joey. Really do. You okay? You had a little perforation in your car's exterior. You doing all right? That would freak me out. I will say that something similar had happened to me on a motorcycle once. It was quite odd. The Coens movie. I would love the Coens. Hey, Aiden. How are you? We're just wrapping up. I was shocked to see the ribeyes being cooked to order at a buffet. Oh, well, that's true. I mean, it's funny. So a ribeye comes from a cow. We know. But there are grades of cows. So the best ribeyes come from the cows that don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They sit around, they go, oh, you're just going to place food in front of me? I'll just eat that. I'm not going to walk around. The worst ribeyes will come from West Texas cows, where you have 20,000 acres and about 200 cow. Those cows have seen some miles. And that is going to be the toughest, chewiest steak you've ever eaten in your life. Those you don't want to eat. Joey says, I'm alive, and I'm glad for that. Thanks for the live, Patrick. Hey, Patrick. Good to see you. I ate it laughing. I'm finally ready for the 8-hour plus live, Scott. Well, we'll plan one. We'll plan one. But we need to get a lot of people to show up, because the more, not that y'all aren't wonderful. That's not what I'm saying. But y'all go through some lulls too. Y'all are like, I got no more questions. Someone else got to ask a question. I'm not doing this anymore. And that's when the lulls happen. That's when you start getting the documentary of Scott. And I mean, that's a long documentary. Believe me, it writes itself every day. Sometimes it wrongs itself every day. But yeah, we get more people. We get a big, huge live stream. We get 100 people on this live stream. I'll go 8 hours, because I guarantee I'll be like, what's going on? What's going on? I'll just have the wife bring the steak out here. I'll be like, oh, that was from West Texas. Oh, there's tooth. Oh, that was mine. Art says, until next time, my friend. Yeah, thank you very much. Are you sure? We know ribeyes come from cow scots. That's what they... Ooh. Conspiracy theorist. I don't know. I don't know. That could just be what the aliens want us to think. It's really soylent green. What part of the human would ribeye? Ew. Remember to unplug your mic when you take a break. Yeah, I've never made that mistake. Never. I think I did do a joke once, though. Didn't I do that? I had the water bottle, and I went in there, and I just did it to the toilet for fun, and then I came back and I swear I did that. But seriously, the one person who can beat Charles is Charles. I agree. Charles really believed that Shane was going to do it. He kept messaging me. But I wonder, wouldn't it be hilarious if you got like a Spielberg or a Fincher on here and they just kept going? And like I had to do like relays, and like you bring somebody else in while I'm back in the back and they're squirting water on me, and Fincher's just talking away. That would be an amazing live stream. I will love to do it. Aliens launching in 2024. Nope, it's not 2024. It's 2034. That's right when Nikon goes out of business. Have you seen that deep fake shot on Komodo? I don't know. I've seen a lot of deep fakes, but I don't know one specifically shot on Komodo. I think aliens took one look at the meat section of the supermarket and left the galaxy. I know, those scrawny little buggers. We ain't going to get no... You know, people in West Texas will be like, that looks like a tall ribeye right there. Oh, he don't look like he's muscular at all. He probably don't have to walk at all. But I bet we can get 2 or 3 ribeyes out of him. It's probably true. That would be hilarious. Aliens landed and people are like, we ate them. We didn't know. That would be a good comedy short. They're all in West Texas. They're cowboys. And they're all on their horses. And this dark skies. You got the stars out. You got the sound effects and everything. And then you see the explosion and it lands. And the cowboys are like, y'all reckon we should check that out? Well, the cows are out that way. We probably should. We don't want them catching on fire. All right. And they ride out there. And they see all those lights. And they see these aliens. They see everything. And then the next scene, they're all sitting around a campfire. They got their toothpicks. A little hairier than I thought they would be. Not bad. Not bad. Could use a little more salt. There we go. There's a short. It just writes itself. There you go. E.T. on the barbecue. Yeah, no matter what anyone says, Brad Pitt has been on the channel. This is true. I've had Brad Pitt on the live stream. That is 100% accurate. One day I would love to chat with Brad. It would be such a different interview than what I'm sure he's accustomed to, because he's a creative person, and I really just want to dive into all the things that make Brad. But maybe one day we'll see. E.T. on the barbecue. What would the name of that be? E.T. It would. I can't even think of the name of it. It would be E.T. phone Uber Eats or something like that. Involuntary. So our prime minister broke the law today and got fined by the police. How's your guy doing? He doesn't know. The last I checked, I think we're up to five top secret document caches found from our current president, which makes the previous president now the low stakes holder, the low hitter on this. That's like, I don't even keep score anymore. I don't even want to try. I don't even know. He's just so happy. And look how sad the blue monster is. I did have a shower puppet scene. It was all based on the rant by that YouTuber on Red. I can just see the puppet going, typing away. I'm really mad. Red is destroying the industry. You can see that as a puppet, right? There was only one puppet over there that could do that. It's this guy, right? This guy right here. Oh God, he's breaking out puppets. Oh, I don't know who's texting me. Red lawyers. I'm mad. I get my hand in there. Oh, who is texting me? Somebody's literally texting me, and I can't operate with. We gotta go to this right here. So, I'm really mad. Gotta get out the pic. Red is ruining the industry. I'm mad. Mad, I tell you. See, it's time. It's time for me to go when he pulls out the puppets. Did y'all see the fur in the back? Yeah. You know what that's going to be? Full gloves, which means we're getting more puppets soon. Oh, it's E.T. on the barbecue. No, Dylan, you're right, which is why I went both sides. I didn't choose any side. I just said this guy, and one makes the other one look bad, which is already looking bad. So it's like, yeah, it's got to be apolitical. You're correct. I don't do politics. I just made it funny. That was it. Revenge of the Cows. Brad is actually I-edit project. That would be hilarious, but funny. I'm pretty sure Brad has a lot more to do than patent trolls. Yep. I literally had that idea in the shower this morning because I could just see the puppet hands going, I'm so mad. Red is destroying the industry. All righty then. Okay, let's wrap it up. I went, read it again? Oh. Read it again. Gregory Carter. What? Who? Which one? Puppet Aputure. See. Patent Trules. Trule. What? I don't know which one I'm supposed to be rereading. Broke the law today. Got fined by the police. Not that one. I don't know. I'm lost. Got to stay non-political. U.S. politics way too... Literally, the term politics is about as decisive as you can get. Everything is polarizing. Everything. I want politicians to just do this job. Your job is to come here, do this job, then you go back home. That's what I want politicians to do. Everyone will be happy. This... now I read it. Now I get it. This is the patent trolls. Okay, I can completely remix that. I could do that. I'll do that for you, Ollie, because I care. Thanks for the live, Scott. Always nice in a crazy week. Yep, appreciate it. Last week's show, I feel was the best. It was really good, Dylan. I really appreciate Shane. He's doing great. Even variable NDs are polarizing. Technically, they have to be. Thanks for the Scotty Money B. You got the Scotty and the B right, but there ain't no money associated with Scotty. Unless y'all want to become channel members, use one of my affiliate links down below. Ding. See what I did there? Yeah. All right. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy pizza, steak, salad, whatever is on your menu. Enjoy it with your family, your friends. Shoot something incredible. Be amazing. Be positive. Don't be a patent troll. And let's all do this again, not next Friday, but the Friday after. Although I might be able to do a late night one when I come off set. I don't know what the hours are yet. It might be like 7 o'clock my time, but I can be talked into it. You never know. It can be great. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Ollie, thank you as always for all your help. You're always there. Ollie is our official time observer and moderator out there, has been for years now. Relentless job. And also let me know I'm muted, because sometimes I just, don't know what I'm doing. All right, everyone have a great weekend. And as I always like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center. Don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions and not your finger. Now, if that ape really moved right there, that would be hilarious.